Welcome to Millennium News 24/7 Daily Local News Update. And now, our story 9. Japanese police on Saturday searched the house of one of the patients at mental clinic where a fire gutted an entire floor in the 8-story building, killing 24 people trapped inside. In Osaka, police investigator told the Associated Press that the man is possible suspect. A small fire broke out about half an hour before the building fire at the man's house where a patient registration card was found, the investigator said. He is believed to be among the 3 people who survived and were in severe conditions. Police have not arrested anyone, and it may take a while until the man recovers enough to be interrogated. According to the witnesses interviewed by Japanese media, a man walks into the clinic in downtown Osaka carrying a paper bag, which he put on the floor right next to a heater by the reception desk and kicked it. A liquid poured out, caught fire, and the whole floor was in flames and smoke. Witness accounts suggest that the victims grasped for air and struggled to find their way out of the clinic inside the 8-story building. There was only one way to escape, and because the elevator emergency stairs were both outside the clinic, authorities said. Police and fire officials on Saturday returned to the site in the middle of Osaka's main business section of Hitaashi Shinchi. Media report, including NHK National Television, said they found trace of oil that might have been used in the fire. Some experts were surprised by the death toll in a daytime fire that was largely put out within an hour. And now for story 10. Elections for Hong Kong Legislative Council on Sunday marks the culmination of Beijing's campaign to rein in the body that had once kept it from imposing its unrestrained will over the semi-autonomous territory. Since the city was handed over from British to Chinese rule in 1997 with a promise of Beijing to keep Western-style freedoms for 50 years, demand for an expanded democracy-inspired protest movement in 2014 and 2019, but they were largely ignored and subsequently crushed by security forces. Here's a look at the events that resulted in a dramatic change to Hong Kong's electoral system, also known as Occupy Central, for the business district where pro-democracy protesters gathered. The movement got its name from the umbrellas activists used to shield themselves from police pepper spray. Nearly 1,000 people were arrested in what marked the city's most tumultuous period since China took control of the territory. A government proposal would have allowed the city's 5 million eligible voters to vote for the city's leader for the first time. And now, story 11. Pakistan is rallying Muslim countries to help Afghanistan stave off an economic and humanitarian disaster while also cajoling the neighboring countries' new Taliban rules to soften their image abroad. Several foreign ministers from the 57-member Organization of Islamic Cooperation were meeting in Islamabad on Sunday to explore ways to aid Afghanistan while navigating the difficult political realities of its Taliban run government. Pakistan's top diplomat said Friday. The new Taliban administration in Kabul has been sanctioned by the international community, reeling from the collapse of the Afghan military and the Western backed government in the face of the insurgents' takeover in mid August. The OIC meeting is an engagement that does not constitute an official recognition of the Taliban regime, said Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi. He said the message to bring gathering on Sunday is please do not abandon Afghanistan. Please engage. We are speaking for the people of Afghanistan. We are not speaking of a particular group. We are talking about the people of Afghanistan, Qureshi said. Major powers, including the United States, Russia, China, and the European Union will send their specific representatives on Afghanistan on the one-day summit. Afghanistan's Taliban appointed Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi will also attend the conference. Now, our story 12. The Omicron variant of the coronavirus has been detected in 89 countries, and COVID 19 cases involving the variant are doubling every 1.5 to 3 days in places with community transmissions and not just infections acquired abroad, the World Health Organization said Saturday. Omicron's substantial growth advantage over the Delta variant means it is likely to soon overtake Delta as a dominant form of the virus in the countries where the new variant is spreading locally. The UN Health Agency said. The WHO noted that the Omicron is spreading rapidly, even in countries with high vaccination rates or where a significant proportion of the population has recovered from the COVID 1 levels of population's immunity. It remains unclear if the rapid growth of Omicron cases is because the variant evades existing immunities, is inherently more transmittable than previous variants, or a combination of both, the WHO said. Other major questions about Omicron remains unanswered, including how effective each of the existing COVID-19 vaccines are against it. Conclusive data also does not exist yet on how ill Omicron makes COVID-19 patients. The health agency said the WHO first labeled Omicron a variant of concern on November 26. And now, a short break of the daily English news of Millennium News 24/7. Stay tuned.